Brian.
Hello, Steve.
We're back again for another supplementary general pod.
I like that.
Yeah.
Supplementary general pod.
Yeah, because ideally we'd like to make this like a regular general pod and then the movie pod. It's just kind of supplement some, make more variety on the channel.
Yeah, just so we're not like always like a gaming and random games from my bizarre collection of video games.
Yeah. So you guys probably wonder, hey, what's going on? They haven't uploaded in a while. We've been working.
Yeah,
a lot
because this does not sustain us.
Yeah. I have two jobs right now, and Brian's been working
40 hours a week.
Yeah, plus that. So we don't see each other. I literally work from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. most days now. So this is probably the first day I've had off in about 2 months.
This is the first time I've seen you.
Yeah. Outside of like giving you a ride to work in between shifts. So yeah, we're kind of tired. So I haven't been able to upload anything. That's my bad. So I thought we'd give you a little treat about talking about everyone on this platform that you're listening to this on loves negativity, right? So let's talk about bad movie and game experiences.
All right, I got 3.
Okay.
2 of them are movies. 1 of them is a game. What do you want me to start with?
Let's go with movies first.
Okay, first one. Just gonna bite the bullet, get out of the way. The worst movie I've seen. This is in terms of like, I fundamentally think this is a bad movie, and that is Batman: The Killing Joke. Just gonna take it from the top real quick, just rip the Band-Aid off. It's based off Alan Moore's 1987.
Yeah, around there. Yeah, 1980s.
87, 88. Graphic novel of the same name.
It's the one where Batman presumably kills the Joker at the
end.
end.
It's always been a debate. It's because like at the end, like Joker tells this pretty weird joke to Batman. They start laughing and then they just stop.
Yeah.
So it's presumed at the end of the story that Batman just snaps the Joker's neck, and that's the Killing Joke.
Yeah.
The book is famous because it goes into what is arguably considered the Joker's definitive origin, in which he was a chemical worker who quit his job to become a comedian to support his pregnant wife. Money's going nowhere. He's kind of roped into this job as the Red Hood by his 2 thugs. His wife dies in an electrical fire. It was like this 1 in a million freak accident. He's like, I don't want to really do this anymore. I'm not feeling it. They kind of force him into it, and he falls into the tank of chemicals after a confrontation with Batman and goes crazy upon seeing his reflection. During the main story, another thing that happens is the Joker shoots Barbara Gordon, and she becomes paralyzed. That's kind of the big takeaways from it. Okay?
Yeah. So
the movie, so the movie was actually DC's first time not using an in-house animation company. They used I believe they were South Korean team.
Yeah, so
because they were cheaper.
Yeah, so dirty secret about animation, most of what you see is either made in Georgia or made in South Korea.
Like a sweatshop, basically.
No, it's just cheaper labor. Sometimes, yes, actually. And then if you have a bit of money, you get one of the Japan studios to do it.
This is Warner Brothers before they went bankrupt.
No, this is just how it's always been.
True.
Like tiny.
No, I was saying like Warner Brothers should have
like all animated things that you see that's an American or Japanese. It's most of the time a lot of the grunt work is done by Korean studios like The Simpsons, Animaniacs, pretty much anything you've seen from Warner or Fox or anything like that. Generally, it goes to a Korean studio of some sort. And they usually do fantastic work. Sometimes, however,
this is not one of those times.
Yeah, if it's a unique style,
which would be in this case Brian Bolland's amazing artwork,
which his work doesn't translate well. So some work translates well to the moving image, and others only work in static form because of the way that they're proportioned, the way that
like all right, great example would be The Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
Right. Frank Miller drew The Dark Knight Returns, and the book is not the greatest thing to look at. It's dirty, it's grimy, but the animation, it still carries that over, but it kind of cleans it up a little bit.
Yeah, you have to. So comic books kind of can be more grimy to look at, whereas other stuff has to be more clean for the animation. That's why, like, if you look at what's something good,
Mask of the Phantasm.
Mask of the Phantasm. That's a neutral style that works well in animation.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you took, let's say, the version of Batman the Animated Series, okay, which is the Mask of the Phantasm style, and you made that into a comic, it would still translate pretty well.
And they did, and they did make it into a comic a couple times, and it worked.
Yeah, because you can have certain expressiveness that seems natural in movement and in still.
Right. This is not one of those cases.
Yeah, no, this was cheap. This was not hand-drawn. This was fake 3D.
Yes, it's not even 3D. Like, it's just
it's 3D. So,
okay, so that's why it looks so bizarre.
So instead of making it traditional 2D animated style, they made, I believe, if I'm correct, they used 3D modeling and kind of puppeted stuff, and that's why it's not good.
To me, it almost looks like a Newgrounds Flash animation.
Yeah, because it was probably Flash style.
And that, I was not expecting Brian Bolland's artwork to come to life. I was not expecting that, because I remember when they announced it actually in 2014 that they were doing a Killing Joke animated movie at some point.
And I think it took until, 2016?
It came out, I'm pretty sure, around the same time or around Justice League.
Yeah.
Which I could take pop shots at that all day, but what's the point now?
Yeah, I mean,
that's like picking on
it's beating a dead horse.
Yeah, it's punching a corpse. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's already dead.
It's already dead.
It makes you feel better, but it's already dead.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. And I could care less about Justice League. Like, I saw it once and was like, whoa, that was
a movie.
It was basically how I felt about Morbius. It was like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
I guess.
See, that's why when someone's like, "What's the movie that you walked out of or something?" I'm like, "Huh?"
Like, I'll sit through whatever at this point. I don't care. I'm old. Leave me alone.
Like, I'll turn it off. I paid $5. I'm staying.
So I saw The Killing Joke on HBO Max. Like, I finally sat down and watched it. It was one of the first things I watched on HBO Max.
Yeah, I think
because I was so curious. I had seen clips of it. I knew about the Batgirl scene, which is, for those of you who don't know, Batman, Batgirl, for whatever bizarre reason, have a relationship in the beginning of The Killing Joke, which is not in the book at all. It's like a 30-minute... They have sex on top of a roof, which is dirty.
Yeah,
by the way.
that's disgusting. Pitching shit there. So I think that's one of the biggest things is that they added that into it. I think that's... Was it Tibbet or...
I think it's Bruce Timm.
I think it was Bruce Timm.
Who's got the weird back.
Who had the weird back. And he pushed that for Batman Beyond. And
he pushes that in Batman in the animated series a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Batgirl is...
But, no, it's... Anytime... We both agree, like, anytime that someone tries to push that narrative, they should be taken out back and beaten.
Like, okay, here's the weird thing. Like... Batgirl, when she first appears in the comics, isn't a love interest for Robin or Batman. Really, she's just kind of there. Like, but it's like implied that like she's closer to Batman's age, like apparently. But it's still weird. Like they never like. It's just like
originally
they're
Batgirl
friends.
was like a 20-something-year-old, and then they de-aged her down to a teenager where she's been floating around 20.
Yeah, and closer to Robin's age, which just makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, I yeah, because like her bread and butter came out around late 90s when she was finally popularized. We're like, okay, she's like 20, she's dating Nightwing, and she's
that's been a thing since like the 70s.
But still, like that's when it was like cemented.
Yeah, that's when it became like in the mainstream.
Yeah, Batgirl is like 20 years old, dating Nightwing. and kind of like a big sister, immature-ish kind of person to
Tim Drake.
Tim Drake.
Yeah.
Because like the one part of like BTOS that sticks with me is like her and like Drake Robin are like looking at some criminal wanted posters and like he should have an eye patch. No, that eye patch, that's for style, that's for looks. Like I bet you he's got two perfectly working eyes under there. You know, like they're just like bullshit.
Yeah, like
and,
which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with that. But in the Killing Joke, they have this. Again, it has no. It's not in a story at all.
Yeah, it could have been completely cut.
And I get. So I did hear, one of the things I did hear was that they were adding 30 minutes in the beginning. Because Killing Joke's a short story. It's a really short story.
Yeah.
The general plot synopsis is Joker kidnaps Commissioner Gordon, paralyzes Barbara Gordon, tries to drive Batman crazy, tries to drive Gordon crazy, fails at both, and gets jobbered.
Yeah, like, not to... Yeah, like, basically, he goes... Isn't it this the one where he goes, when are we going to stop this?
Yes.
Like, I kill people, you stop me, I get out, I kill more people.
It's basically that. Like, Batman in the beginning has this really great conversation with what he presumes is the Joker. And he's like, he basically kind of says, like, we're getting older. I can help you if you let me help you. And he finds out it's a fake Joker. His Joker broke out of Arkham like a week ago.
Yeah.
But at the end of the book, he does tell the Joker, let me help you. Let me give you the help that you need. I have resources. He kind of alludes to who he really is. Like, he kind of alludes that, like, dude, I'm Bruce Wayne. I have money. I can get you the help that you need. And Joker says it's too late for that now. It's a really tragic scene.
Well, so
and it's the best performance of Mark and Kevin in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Is this ending bit.
Yeah. And
Mark's laughs are bizarre.
They're not using the best takes. They're using the first takes, which are the practice takes.
Which you can tell, like Kevin was a phenomenal Batman. I mean, he's not the Batman, like I Am Vengeance, I Am the Night, that's phenomenal. He sounds bizarre and it's not his fault. Yeah, I wasn't mad at him. I was mad at whoever their voice director was.
Yeah, the voice directing was not there. Like in both Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy both like said in interviews like it wasn't proper voice acting.
Because they did it really
directing.
Weird.
Yeah, they did it weird. They did it wrong.
But my reaction to this was I turned it off about midway, about like near the I Am Looney song. Joker sings I Go Looney, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? I've seen all I've seen here. I'm going to get up. I went out, got dressed. I took a walk around my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the summer.
Yeah.
I have seen the ending since, and it is just a blah movie. There are people who say Batman Robin's the worst Batman movie. No. The Killing Joke is the worst Batman movie.
It's got to be the worst one because like they cheapened out on everything and
they add the bizarre relationship, and it's gross.
Which like okay, we get it, man. You have like daughter issues or some weird shit
because it's your best friend's daughter, and it's your son's girlfriend.
It's your daughter, and it's weird enough that you're letting your son date your daughter.
It's not even that. Like, they don't even have that type of relationship. It's like Jim Gordon is Bruce Wayne's like partner, his best friend.
Yeah.
And like, okay, yeah, his son is dating his Jim Gordon's daughter, which I mean is a little weird, but it's not that weird.
It
fine. Happens fine. For Batman to be dating his one of his students is fucked up.
No, there's too many lines crossed there.
It's like just weird. Like, it's really weird.
We both said this for years. Anytime like they write that into like the story, it's like no.
I'm done.
No, take the horny writer and beat him a little bit.
Because it's weird, and it was weird in Arkham Knight when Tim Drake dated Barbara Gordon. That just felt out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, if they change who's what age, it
doesn't. I mean, I don't care, but it's just weird.
It's weird because it's like that's not the normal.
Yeah. So there's that, The Killing Joke. I give it a 0 out of 5.
I think they did that in Arkham because they wouldn't apply that like Starfire and all them other ones were around. So
I guess, and I don't
like
really
that,
care.
Yeah.
I mean, that's whatever. That's
They were trying to expand. So yeah. So yeah, that's like
that's the one I hated.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the one that disappointed me?
Sure.
Mortal Kombat.
Which one?
The 2021 one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That wasn't
Don't get me
that
wrong.
bad.
Don't get me wrong. Great casting for the most part.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Cole Young character, who was like their OC from the movie.
Yeah.
He was. I don't understand why it couldn't have been Johnny Cage.
So the reason why I think they did that was because they wanted to. It was like a legal thing with them, where
they own Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I know. Like it. Because of like how they were doing it, I think they were going to, if like the rights fell through or something, like there was a weird legal thing, I think that was going on.
I didn't know. No, I think it was just they didn't have faith in the movie.
Yeah, I think they were gonna just.
That'd be like if they made a Red Dead Redemption movie about Bill.
I'm sure they could make something like that.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. But anyway. But, like, yes, the deaths were great. The fatalities were great. It was so cool. But they did dirty my man Kung Lao.
Yeah, it seems like...
I finally get Kung Lao, like the Kung Lao in live action with the hat. He does this cool, like, the split, and he goes, flawless victory. And then gets body 2 seconds later.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Yeah, well, so... The thing is, like, you can't make an actual Mortal Kombat thing that's not animated that is any good.
I mean, even the same anime movie that came out, Scorpion's Revenge, which I think Scorpion's overrated.
Yeah.
I like Scorpion. I just think it's overrated.
Yeah.
Was perfectly fine. Like, if you took that story and just literally make it live action, fine. Which they kind of do, but then they go nowhere with. Do you remember when we saw Bullet Train?
Yeah.
Remember the old dude who was the samurai?
Yeah.
That was Scorpion.
Yeah.
And that was brilliant. And like Cole Young doesn't like you could take Cole Young literally out of the story, nothing changes. Nothing changes.
So no, because it does change.
Oh, you reminded me of some other crap I hated.
Yeah.
The whole like tattoo symbol crap.
So they did that because it was just easier than to.
I don't need an explanation as to why Sonya can do like the pink rings. I don't need an explanation. I know I'm the general. I'm not the general audience.
Yeah, that they did.
But the way that they do that, I'm just saying, the way they do that in the new games is that she has a device on her wrist that lets her do that.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Well, they thought
Kano has a cybernetic eye.
They thought about doing that, and they're like, it's just going to be easier if magic for everybody.
It's a kind of magic.
Yeah, yeah.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
They did that for general audience. Everything they did was for general audience. And Ed Boon was like, I'm sure Ed Boon was like, well,
Ed Boon's sitting there like John Carpenter with Halloween Ends, and he's just sitting there with a cigar counting money. He could care less.
Yeah.
Ed Boon could give 2 fucks less. And nothing against Ed, but he could care fucking less. He is sitting there counting all the money, which good for him. He deserves it. And so does John Tobias. But I digress. Okay, so trying to look at it objectively without my knowledge of Mortal Kombat. I know pre-MK9 lore and I know post-MK9 lore.
Yep.
It does do a decent job.
Yeah.
It does. It gets the Sub-Zero and Scorpion rivalry. They say it's Bi-Han who was the original Sub-Zero, which is cool.
Honestly,
and also, like, the scenes like where Cole Young's not in it are interesting as shit.
Yeah, it's in
the roster's weird. But whatever.
I think they had a couple of ideas and then went... I think they had a couple of ideas and then they thought, well, shit. We have, like, a bunch of, like, irons in the fire. Mm-hmm. Let's just use what we can here and see about those other things and a lot of the other stuff. Like,
what also... makes me laugh. I was listening, but I'm remembering scenes.
It's you got to understand. I know it's like it's a fully Warner Brothers property on a Warner Brothers thing, but there's still like weird legal stuff where they're like,
The only legal things that there are with Mortal Kombat is the reason why they haven't done the remasters of 1 through 3 or with the digitized actors. Otherwise, that's it.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, even that's the thing. But there's got to be something where like a producer or like an executive or someone said, we can only do blank.
No, I think it was they thought the audiences were too stupid to figure out. Like, okay, you can literally just make this. If you want the everyman character, you want the guy who's like kind of the fish out of water.
Yeah.
2 words for you: Johnny Cage.
Yeah. Well, Johnny Cage.
The original movie follows Liu Kang, and it did a great job exploring Liu Kang.
I think what they wanted to do was they wanted a fish out of water, but people are kind of tired of the white.
Which
guy.
I get that. And you can make Johnny Cage. Well, it doesn't matter if he's a white guy or not, but like.
No, he's the antithesis of like white guy.
I mean, he was based off Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, he's the white guy karate man.
Yeah, he was based off like the American Ninja, like what was that guy's name? Michael Dudikoff.
Yeah,
type guy. I totally understand that.
Yeah,
and
so that's probably why they're like, well, let's make this guy, and if people like him, we'll put him.
Which nobody did. Nobody did.
No, most people didn't have any problem with it.
Nobody liked Cole Young, dude. They were gonna put Cole Young in MK11, and people were like, no. That was on a poll. Ed Boon was like, do you want, and I'm pretty sure it was either MK11 or MK12. They were like, do you want Cole Young in the next game? No. It was a solid no. I have not met a single person who likes Cole Young. And literally the one reason why is because, you know how I mentioned earlier, they all have like magic powers and shit. Yeah. His magic power is, I swear to Jesus, my brother in Christ, he literally has plot armor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and it bugs the fuck out of me. Like if it was like, all right, he could do like the shadow moves. Oh, his real name is Johnny Cage. Okay, cool, fine, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Notice I'm getting more animated about this than I was with the Killing Joke.
Yeah, because this is a fresher wound for you.
Yeah, this is newer. This is fresher.
I like the movie. I see. Like the thing is, like,
I like it for the most part. I like the casting. I think Shang Tsung was whatever. Raiden was terrible. Nothing against the actors. The characterizations were there. And it's not even the first Mortal Kombat tournament. It's literally the practice shit leading up to the first tournament. It's like, that's so weird.
Yeah, this was like the prelims.
Yeah, it's like, then who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? I mean, there's no stakes involved. Like,
no, the stakes were if you lose, you're fucking dead.
Well, yes, but like, all right, and it was kind of hilarious because they kept telling Sonya she can't fight because like you don't have the dragon tattoo, and she's like, fuck off. I just thought that was kind of funny because it's like she can literally destroy like any of these people,
and then
and she fucking destroys Kano.
Yeah, and like everyone's like, yeah, fuck yeah, Kano
was the best part of the movie.
Was Kano always a weird, salty, like
Australian?
Yeah.
No, Kano started off as actually half Chinese, or no, half Japanese, half American.
Yeah. And
the only reason why he's Australian is because Trevor Goddard, who played him in the original Mortal Kombat movie, was a British guy. Or no, he wasn't. I forget if he was British or not. He was trying to go for a Cockney type guy, but we misinterpreted it as Australian.
Yeah.
So everyone just was like, "Oh, he's Australian." No, he was supposed to be a Cockney British dude. Yeah. Well, then this weird vortex of like interpretation. This Kano up until
so Boone was like, fuck it.
I think it's because they didn't have voices in the games until like MK. Well, they did, but like Kano's voice.
So
wasn't Australian until MK versus
So DC. They whitewashed a character so hard he became a white person in canon.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Kano and the digitized actor who played Kano was a white guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was. I think they were like trying to say like he was more American than he was Japanese and vice versa. It doesn't matter because Kano was like whatever. Kano was only in like 2 of the original games,
and you know, like an Australian Japanese guy isn't that far fetched.
Which whatever, fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the guy who played Kano did a phenomenal job. The guy who played Jax, even if Jax had the little baby arms.
That was funny.
That was so funny. I forgot about that.
He's like, what the fuck is this shit?
What is this? like, I love how like these Shaolin monks apparently know cybernetics. I'm like, why don't you just send him back to special forces and say like his arms got fucked up? And like he's got like the RoboCop arms.
I think what happened was this was supposed to be like a 3-hour movie, and then someone was like just ripping pages out and said, "Make it fucking work."
Like it's seems stupid.
It's just one of those things.
And then like his magic power is the arms. I'm like, no, no, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's video game stuff. I
mean, the best part, my favorite part, is when like they all kind of meet in the desert, and Liu Kang's like saying like he's waxing poetic.
Yeah,
and he touches Kano, and Kano's like, the fuck? Yeah. It's just so perfect.
Yeah.
Which is so weird of a conversation. Because, like, Kano is an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, literally a murdering asshole. He shouldn't be hanging out with these people. But whatever. Scorpion was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Sub-Zero was phenomenal. Every time those two were fighting, it was great.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was disappointed in it because I was like, this isn't... First of all, like I said, they did my boy Kung Lao dirty.
Yep.
And Kung Lao is one of my favorites.
Yep.
I love Kung Lao. I will body you as Kung Lao in any game. MK9, you wouldn't fight me if I chose Kung Lao. No, you didn't. Matt wouldn't fight me if I chose Kung Lao.
That's because Matt's a whiny baby sometimes with that stuff.
We love you.
Like, take your lumps and deal with it, bro.
He wouldn't let me. Then it was MKX. He wouldn't let me play as Jason.
Well, I mean,
Jason was broken though.
Oh yeah,
Jason's severely broken.
Yeah.
In that. It's not even because I like Jason.
DLC characters are always broken as hell. So like
Rambo.
Yeah.
Rambo is super broken.
Because you can just shoot them, and like you win.
With Jason, that was when they were doing the variation thing. Mm-hmm. His variation was like he just doesn't take damage. Speaking of video games, I figured it's a great segue to tell you the only video game I've ever returned that wasn't a blockbuster game.
Sure.
Batman: Dark Tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously.
Let me tell you the story about this.
You went to the Walmart.
No, it wasn't Walmart.
No.
I remember this. It was summer of 2000. Let me see how old it was. I was either 4 or 5. So I was like 12, 13, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I saved up all summer for my Xbox. It was prefurbished. I eyed it at GameStop.
Okay, yeah. So to let people know, he was buying old shit.
Yeah, I was buying the original Xbox. So this was right before 360. I got 360 in Christmas of 2008.
What happened to that Xbox, by the way?
Which one? The 360?
No.
The original Xbox?
Yeah.
I don't know. I gave it to a neighbor or I sold it or something. I can't remember. I think I sold it.
I think we're going to have to hunt down an OG Xbox at some point.
So we might do Dark Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, so I had enough for like 3 games.
Yeah.
The 3 games I got it was either Jedi Outcast or KOTOR. It might have been KOTOR.
Uh-huh.
Halo 2.
Yep.
And then Batman Dark Tomorrow.
So 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, Chief. Now, granted, this was to kind of give you guys a scope. This was like before like YouTube was really a thing. This was before like reviews on games were really
like
accessible. I knew next to nothing about Dark
You
Tomorrow.
could go to GameSpot or IGN, sure.
And I had a shitty computer, so that wasn't happening.
Yeah,
but I had a compact.
Like oh dear Lord.
I know. Pray for me, my son. Pray for me, my son.
You still have a compact. We still have to get you an actual PC.
What do you mean it's not 2002? I have a gateway.
Dude, no. So at my other job,
they use gateway?
No, someone junked a gateway with us. I was like, okay, I'll take it.
You took it?
It was from 2004. Yeah, because we have a recycling program.
Okay.
So,
the recycling thing.
Yeah. He's like, can you get rid of this? I'm like, why does this look like mint? He's like, it was in like a sterile office. But
why didn't he sell it? There's like tech people who will take that.
No one wants a fucking 2003 gateway. It's useless. It was
Who
literally
cares?
being used as like a server for like a couple years.
Anyway, so I knew it was a Batman game.
He was going in blind, people.
I was going in blind. This was right before Batman Begins came out, so
you wanted a Batman game.
I wanted a Batman game, and I had played Batman Vengeance on the PS2, and that was phenomenal. I loved it. But I was like, I want, and it was called Dark Tomorrow. I looked on the back of the box, and it's like these, at the time, they were pretty nice graphics for the time.
Yeah.
I started up, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, this looks really cool, man. They're playing like Burton type music. It's the comic book Batman. This is cool.
Yeah.
I can't get past the first fucking level.
So is it the one where you're in a chemical plant and you have to arrest like a bunch of like?
It's not a chemical plant. It's a fucking rooftop. You have to knock out these stuff. Like, okay, Batman punches people, right?
Yeah.
You have to handcuff them.
Yes.
Here's the problem. They don't stay down long enough for you to handcuff.
Exactly.
So, like, if there's like 3 guys around you, right?
Yeah.
You knock out all 3 of them. You start handcuffing them. The animation of Batman handcuffing these stupid people.
Yep.
With zip ties.
Yep.
Or whatever he uses.
Yep.
Is so long.
Yep.
That you get kicked in the head over and over. And I got past that level finally, and I was like, sweet. Okay, next level. Black Mask. Who the hell is Black Mask? And that's when I learned who the Black Mask was. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Because they gave you like bios on it. I was like, oh, that's neat. I can't get past being shot.
Yeah.
Because there's batarangs, but it's tank controls and like Resident Evil camera things, and it's like, oh my god, I couldn't like throw a. This is like Arkham where you just throw a batarang or whatever. This was like you have to like angle Batman, and then like remember the PlayStation 1 game we played? That game was fundamentally better. Than literally like built fundamentally better than Dark Tomorrow.
I know, I played it.
I got so pissed. I told my dad, I want to return this. We returned it that weekend, and the guy was like, all right, you can do either cash or is it's GameStop.
Yeah.
Or store credit. Or choose another game. I chose Jedi Outcast.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you got your money. Okay.
And Jedi Outcast was phenomenal.
So can I tell you my version
Absolutely.
of that? So it was sleepover night with Wilson. Probably when the game was new, and
you were playing Dark Tomorrow.
Yeah, it was on GameCube.
God. Oh god!
So it
My
was
son.
It was a Blockbuster rental night though. So we got like a bunch of like stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, man. Hey, so I got this game. Can you help me? Because like this is kind of hard." I was like, "Okay, cool."
God, no.
So we open it up, and like we're in like this factory fight, and like Catwoman clones or something like that.
He must have been, I don't know where. He must have got farther than me.
Yeah,
I think at one point you go to like Arkham.
Yeah,
it's like Ivy.
Yeah, it was some sort of like we were fighting like I don't know. It was like
well, wait a minute. Okay, what did Batman's costume look like?
I don't remember.
Okay,
it's generic Batman.
All right, was he like jacked like Schwarzenegger?
No, he was just generic Batman. I don't know. It looked like Batman.
So I don't know. If this is the same game.
No, it was the same game.
Okay.
Because it was the same mechanics, exact same mechanics.
Well, they made a few Batman games like that.
It might have been like a GameCube variant of the game.
It doesn't matter. This game is terrible.
So games like the games change based off of like console. I think.
Who cares about this piece of shit?
Anyways, like he's like, help me do this. So I'm like, all right, here's the controls.
You were that friend.
I'm looking at the controls. I'm doing this. I'm like, all right. Sorry. I keep beating the women or the goons down, all right? And I go to handcuff them because I'm like, why aren't they staying down? He's like, oh, yeah, you have to arrest them.
Mind you, Batman's usually 6'3", 250 on a good day.
Yeah.
He punches you, you stay down.
Yeah, no, these people aren't staying down for like more than a couple seconds.
Imagine like if in Arkham Knight you fly down the middle of the street.
Yeah.
You start just bodying people and they get back up.
They just keep getting back up for more.
And you have to handcuff them.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, you physically can't do that here because they just keep getting up. And you can't stun them long enough to put the cuffs on like a single person. Interesting. And then the kicks, they kick you in the face, and that locks you out of the animation.
Yeah, because he would fall down like, oh.
Yeah.
And you have to press a button to get Batman back up, and you can't get back up because they keep knocking you down. Yeah. It's like beating on a crippled person.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm Batman, and I might as
You're Batman,
like,
dude.
I might as well be like
Robin.
So, like, I literally inject the game out, and I went, okay, here's what we're going to do. And I took the Spider-Man game he had instead, put that in, like, we're playing this.
What Spider-Man game? Was it one of the movie games?
Yeah, it was one of the movie games.
Probably like Spider-Man 1 or 2.
Yeah, it was like Spider-Man 2, and then we're like, this is
a much better game.
Fundamentally.
Which is hilarious, because Spider-Man 2 has a similar mechanic, and it was carried over to Ultimate Spider-Man, where you have to web them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, they don't always stay down. But that's done better, because it's quick.
Yeah. It's all about, like,
Fuck.
So it's like,
I hated Dark
why
Tomorrow.
Did you, like this is a bad game. This should not exist. And even Wilson's like, so you're saying I'm not bad at this game? I'm like, no, I'm saying this game sucks. He goes, Okay, as long as it's not me. We just...
I know, no, Wilson. If you listen to this, it was not you, my son.
No,
it was not
wasn't you, buddy.
my brother in Ninja Turtles. It was not you.
Yeah.
It was not you, my Final Fantasy loving friend. It was not you.
Yeah.
So what's your bad game experience?
Okay, we're gonna go in reverse order then.
If you want to.
I've played a bunch of bad games in my life.
The worst one that comes to mind.
The worst ones.
No, one.
One? No.
There can be only one.
There cannot be only one.
No, it doesn't have to be one.
One of the worst ones. I got the classic Simpsons Camp Krusty game for the game. That one always makes the list of people's bad games.
I thought you were going to say Simpsons skateboarding.
I played
Which
that
that's
one.
bad.
I played that one too. That sucked.
Simpsons wrestling was kind of cool.
I never got to play that one.
I read it. The Blockbuster had like a bunch of Simpsons games near the end.
Yeah, I think
near the end.
I got Hit and Run
Classic
and BioShock from them when they were going out of business. So
Nice.
I got a pretty decent score from them. Especially considering at the time that BioShock was still $60 and I got it for like $10.
Nice.
Not a bad deal at all.
You have that still?
Yeah, I still have it. Yeah.
Is it in the Blockbuster case?
No.
Oh,
no.
lame.
They give you the actual case.
Lame.
I think that was when they were renting it with like the actual case because they didn't give a shit anymore. Might have actually not even been an actual Blockbuster. Might have been like a mom and pop that was just doing a fire sale. No,
There was that Mod Pod down the street before the other Mod Pod.
Wait, what? No, because there's the Mom and Pa, and then was there a second Blockbuster where the Rent-A-Center is now?
I'm trying to think.
It was the one that was in where the Rent-A-Center is.
Which Rent-A-Center?
The one next to the pizza place and the blood place.
Oh no!
Next to
it wasn't a Blockbuster. It was a Ma Pa. It wasn't a Blockbuster.
Was it like a family video?
I think it was a family. Yes,
it was a family video.
Yes, it was a family video.
Yeah.
But they were never open.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I went in there.
Oh my god! I forgot about that.
That's why I had the original case, and I just took the sticker off of that. Yeah.
Holy crap! He unlocked a memory.
Yeah. So I made out of there like a bandit with a bunch of games.
Nice.
Bad video game experiences. There's a lot.
I mean, hell, you've seen some of them on this channel.
Yeah. I mean, I've always said, "Oh, good, this sucks. I'm gonna make some money off of it." The Matrix game.
Ooh.
The one with the vampires and shit. That people playing Let's Play.
Is this the one with the Jada Pinkett's character?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That game. And the dude at GameStop was trying hard not to sell it to me too.
Like, you sure you want this?
He's like, dude, I can get you the other one. I'm like, no, I want to play the samurai thing in it. And then like it was bad, so I'm like, you were right. I should have listened to you. He's like, full refund. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
He did you a favor.
Yeah.
Unlike the prick who sold me Dark Tomorrow and was like, too bad, you little bastard.
See, that's the thing is, everyone has these like GameStop horror stories, and like the most annoying thing ever for me is they're like, "Do you want a warranty on that?" I go, "No, thanks." They go, "Okay."
Yeah, like nowadays they're chill.
No, I've never had a bad experience. I mean, it was.
I didn't either. It wasn't GameStop. It was EB Games.
So yeah, EB Games back when the GameStop EB Game Wars
were happening.
It was.
Remember Game Place? We never had one. No, it was Game Crazy.
Game Crazy was. They're still around.
They have that hilarious.
EB Games are still around in Canada.
I know, but they have that hilarious training video. Have you ever seen a Game Crazy training video?
No, should I?
Yes, I'll show it to you after we're done here.
Okay,
it is terrific. We may do a commentary on it.
I think. What was it? Oh yeah. There was Carl Juarez.
Oh yeah, I never played that.
So the first one, everyone keeps telling me it was great, and I finally found it on like a GameStop shelf for like $10. I was like, cool, I'll play it. And this is, my brain after experiencing the gold standard of shooters, Call of Duty, for a number of years and all that. Yeah. And I start playing it. I'm like, this sucks dick. And this was after waiting like an hour for the fucker to download on the PS3. All right. I'm like, this is fucking terrible. Fuck this.
I don't know why you're making me laugh.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
god.
I was like, what the fuck is going on in the story?
I don't know. I've never played it.
Like, cause like, you just keep meeting people and they'll say some shit and then like they'll die and you go,
Sounds like when I played Tenchu Wrath of Heaven. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm a ninja and this is cool.
oh, there's a Tenchu like game that's coming out that we get to play where you play as like a thief.
There was a Tenchu game where you play as a thief.
Oh, it's getting remastered.
Please tell me Wrath of Heaven is going to remaster, because Wrath of Heaven had the coolest bonus level.
I don't know if it's Wrath of Heaven, but yeah.
But Wrath of Heaven had this cool bonus level where it was
Yeah.
like you go into the future, like our time in Tokyo.
Uh-huh.
It was so badass.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I'm a sucker for Wrath of Heaven.
There's a couple games that are coming out that like I'm sure are going to be on the disappointed list. I'm waiting for that Harry Potter game to like bomb. Because like it looks like it's going to be like a first decent one.
Since like the first two movie games.
Yeah, which were like weirdly good, and then I think that third or fourth one, the one where they learn how to like actually like kill people with their wands and the dueling thing.
I think that was the fourth movie.
Yeah, like let's say the fourth movie game. That's when like they say, hey, let's be terrible at making these.
Yeah, for some reason, and yet those movies got better.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So speaking of movies,
yeah. So movies. So
I did too. You don't have to.
Background for me is I always like to say, because I'm proud, I'm the educated person on the channel. All of you fuckers are too stupid to go to school.
What's school, man? I don't know how to spell that.
I think there's a K in there somewhere.
There's a Z, a Q, a U, another Q, and a Batman symbol.
That is correct.
Holy crap! That's my favorite Family Guy joke.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because like he guesses the question. He's on like what was it, like Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, all right, what are your vowels? Q.
Another Q, Batman symbol.
Because he said like a Z or something.
None of those are gonna help you. It's like
Is it something in Webster? Holy crap! I took a shot in the dark and I won. That's happened though on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
People are just like, fuck it. All right, Pat. Let's see. Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. That's it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remembered another game.
Oh, the Phantom Menace game?
Yes.
Yeah, that was bad.
We gotta play it.
Yeah, we're gonna play it at some point. A whole lot of video game stuff. A whole lot of movies. So for me, movies don't affect me nearly as bad as like a bad video game, because normally I don't pay a lot of money for movies, and I have a film degree, so my tolerance is high.
You've seen like all the classic bad ones.
Like I've seen The Room. I've seen like Birdemic, stuff like that.
Rookie.
It's
You've seen
fun.
Highlander 2: The Quickening.
Yeah, and like those are just terrible movies, but I'm like, whatever. Movies that don't want to be bad, that are bad, or like that still will get you every time.
Like apparently like that movie that's coming up, Babylon. That's getting like bad reviews.
Oh yeah, I was actually kind of
got 50% on Rotten.
I was kind of interested in that, but
I'm not. I don't like Hollywood stroking itself.
Oh yeah, it seems like yeah, but you need that every now and then, a Hollywood blowing itself.
No, you don't.
Movie.
Not anymore.
I guess the other one that can do that well is Tarantino.
Yeah, and I was gonna say it's what's the name of that movie where Charles Manson gets lit on fire?
Once Upon a Time.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like that's fine.
Sorry, I am like this is
Steve
like,
is like usually I'm the tired one who's like yawning and stuff and falls asleep to Bioshock because water makes me comfy.
Oh yeah, I told a coworker today. He's like, "You got a YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What are you playing on there?" I'm like, "Well, we started the Bioshock thing, and like my friend fell asleep." He's like, "In a world full of like mutant freaks in a horror land?" He's like, "Yeah, it's really relaxing to him."
What did he say?
He's like, "Okay, he's weird, but whatever."
Yeah, man, I am. You got a problem with it, son?
You're like, like that's the thing where like a lot of the YouTubers we follow is like all the horror games are like weirdly relaxing to them.
I mean, like, what is that? It wasn't even the fact that it was like horror mutants or whatever. Water just makes me relax.
If you take away all the horrificness, it was a kind of relaxing.
SpongeBob type episode.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. We
So
got off track with
movies.
Yeah.
So I have a high tolerance. Like you and me, you dared us to go see the Emoji movie, and I'm like, that was fine. And you're like, no, that was terrible. I'm like, nah, that was fine. It was a nothing burger.
It was a whatever. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It was like a corporate who gives
forgettable.
a shit. Yeah.
They dragged Patrick Stewart through it because whatever.
I'm the poop emoji.
Oh God. What were you doing?
I think he just thought that's funny. I'll do that.
I mean, why not? Whatever.
I think one of I know low hanging fruit, but the Twilight movies I've tried.
Come on, those are pot shots. That's too easy.
I tried those. I mean, I literally tried to read the book because my mom is obsessed with them.
My fiance loves Twilight.
Love you. I read the first chapter of book 1 and that was like the most worst thing I've ever fucking read.
That's too. No, give me a good answer. Twilight's an easy answer. So give me a good answer.
There's plenty of people that like got disappointed and walked out of Zoolander 2. I actually liked it.
This might be a different topic then. All right, so movies that are bad that you like.
Oh, tons.
Name like 3.
Okay, so there was this Johnny Depp movie where he's just some guy on, like, I think it's called The Tourist.
Yeah, I remember that. Because Angelina Jolie's in it.
Yeah, like he's just like some guy.
And he like has like amnesia, and he was like a super assassin or something, right?
No, I think the spoiler alert. I think it turns out he is.
Who cares?
He is a spy, and he was just pretending not to be a spy the whole time, and everyone was convinced like he's just some idiot tourist that got looped into it.
That doesn't sound like a bad premise. What's so bad about it?
I don't know. But it got like destroyed in the ratings and all that.
Well,
but
I think that was when like everybody was like not feeling Johnny anymore.
But I was like, no, it's good. I mean, it's certainly better than some of those crap movies. Like, I didn't like Willy Wonka.
I forgot he's in Willy Wonka.
Yeah, he looks like, because everyone thinks it's Michael Jackson. Like he's just doing a Michael Jackson.
Well, that was also at the height of the trial. The Jackson trial.
No.
Yes.
No.
The movie came out at the height of the Jackson trial.
The Jackson trial was like in the 90s.
No, it was not. It was in like 2004, 2005. The allegations. That trial was in the 2000s.
No, he had all those allegations back in like the 80s and 90s too.
I'm saying it was in the 2000s though.
Yeah, he
Look
had.
it up.
He had other allegations, but here's the thing about Jackson is why I can't say for sure one way or another, because every time he gave them money, they shut the fuck up, and they magically went away. He never heard from them again. Meanwhile, like people who had power and had money and that couldn't be bought, never said a word. So
who knows?
Yeah.
All right. So you got The Tourist. What else?
Okay. So I liked Zoolander 2. I liked The Tourist. Oh man, like you name like
Josh Trank's Fantastic Four.
That actually did suck. Yeah, I stopped watching that. So like I've never walked out of movies. I think I did once. I can't remember.
He can't remember a movie, which sucks. So that's like kind of the whole premise of this thing. But that's fine though.
But
you'll remember in like 2 days from now.
Oh yeah, I'll remember it in 2 days. Let's see what I mean. I had to walk out of Iron Man 1 because of rejection and power things. And I just saw it the next day.
Okay. I did not mean to yell.
Yeah, no.
But I'm like, fine. Iron Man 1 is a classic.
I even like Iron Man 3.
Oh, you mean Iron Man Forever?
So the thing is,
it's Batman Forever done better.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, buddy. Most plots are the same.
Fuck you. I know that.
You found a plot that was similar because
no one believes me. That's the problem.
No, it's a very similar plot structure.
I point out to people, they're like, "Oh, it's not Batman Forever." I'm like, "Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's fucking Batman Forever. Yeah, just not Val Kilmer."
There's a story structure there, and it followed the beats. Yes, congratulations, you've had pattern recognition. I'll take that finger away from you.
God.
I mean,
Iron Man 3 was a bad one though.
No,
it wasn't as bad as Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 was bad.
I mean, I liked all 3 of them, but 3 was definitely better than 2.
What was that one? The Eternals.
The Eternals, I like.
I forgot all about it.
So that's the thing is like people are like it sucked. I'm like, No, it was just long and boring and kind of pointless because all of your characters are being killed off. It's something that just couldn't be made into a.
It should have been a show.
It should have been a show. Like I watched that in the Hawkeye show, and I went, the Hawkeye should have been a movie, and Eternals should have been a show. That way they'd both have, like, because you could have cut down a lot with Hawkeye and made it into like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
And Eternals, instead of that being a 3-hour movie, you could have had that.
Well, I fell asleep like twice.
Like an 8-hour series.
Which I should have been that way.
Yeah, because like they were cramming so much in, and you still went like, what?
I kind of liked Black Adam.
Black Adam was one of those movies where like I'm like, I am watching I finally get it. People are like, I can't watch MCU because it's a cartoon, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Black Adam was like, oh, I get it. Nothing is real.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not even that. It's like I found Dwayne boring.
Yeah, no,
because Dwayne's the same fucking character.
He's the same. Yeah, he's the same character in all of his recent movies.
Right.
There's been a few times where he's actually.
Remember Walking Tall?
Yeah, I was about to say.
That was good.
That was actually a good movie.
That was genuinely good. He was like an imposing dude.
Yeah.
The first Scorpion King, he was actually all right.
Well, because he was actually trying.
Yeah, it was back when he was trying. Now
It's
just like,
The Rock is no longer.
So
hungry.
basically, folks, if you watch a movie where The Rock has any sort of hair aside from his eyebrows, he's doing okay.
Yeah.
If Rock has no hair, it's whatever.
Yeah, like
that's the pattern.
He finally,
except for Jumanji.
Yeah, like he finally got too bulky for his hair to grow, and stopped giving a fuck.
So I guess, yeah. I mean, I saw Black Adam. I found Dr. Fate and Hawkman.
Yeah,
and that
like,
team way more interesting.
The
JSA.
The JSA movie inside that was
way more interesting.
But like it also wasn't. It was like two movies they smashed together, and none of them were.
Because the problem with the JSA existing in the same time as the Justice League.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were they during the Justice League? If you mean to tell me Dr. Fate and Hawkman have been around for years at this point.
Yeah, where were they during like all this other stuff? And also like Hawkman and all that was supposed to show up. Like aren't they talked about in the JSA movie?
I don't remember.
Like I swear, like matter. The Hawkmen, we're in the background.
Yeah, so I think like in Zack Snyder's version of Justice League, they appear like the Thangarians appear as Hawkman species, and Dr. Fate. I don't think it's ever brought up, like ever. But it was so cool seeing Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
First of all, that's just a great name.
And then Wilson's like, "How come he died?" I'm like, "Because Pierce Brosnan's
not doing it."
He's
Pierce
not
Brosnan's
doing
like, "I'll do one." That's it.
He's like, "I'm not."
First of all, Pierce Brosnan does not need to be in this movie. No. He is Pierce Brosnan. You can put him in a crappy movie, he'll sell it.
Oh, he's in tons of crappy movies.
Oh,
I mean,
he don't care.
Like, yeah. So like, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, like most movies that people like go, that sucked. I'm like, it was all right. Like, even like the Wonder Woman 84 was all right to me the first time around, and then like the second or third time I watched it, I'm like, all right, I'm seeing the problems.
I've seen it once. I like that her costume was more colorful, like closer to the comics. I guess at this point we're just reviewing movies we've seen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so with that movie, it had two openings, which is weird.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. The scene in the mall where the guy drops his gun, and he's just a big fat white guy that looks like an undercover cop.
Like Paul Blart.
Yeah, and like people went, ah! And he's like, "It's okay, I got a license. It's fine. It just broke off my belt clip. I'm sorry. I'll just put it." This is 1985 America. Everyone was strapped. Like, someone was like, "Hey."
Everyone thought they were John McClane.
Like they wrote that in like a 2022. Like, guns are scary now.
That movie came out in 2020.
Yeah, but still, like, guns are scary now mindset, where it's like, this was 1985. That person should have saw that gun and went.
The problem of where was Diana during like Man of Steel.
Yeah,
that's the problem with the death of the DC. Why I'm glad the DCEU is dead.
Yeah, because they didn't have a plan. Like
I have a
I pointed
point.
that out. Like where like Wilson asked me one time, like, so how come they're not making a bunch of movies leading up to the Justice League movie? Because like I'm like DC was like we gotta go franchise now, move it.
Batman fight Superman. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? Batman's like, I guess I'm doing this today. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I wasn't. Hello,
yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Ow.
yeah,
Like that.
yeah. That's how the franchise. It was the shotgun wedding of a franchise.
I mean, I don't mind Batman appearing in a Superman movie. You
Oh no,
know?
like they should all be hanging out all the time.
Or like drinking beer or something. Like I like Man of Steel
Mhm.
for the most part. My favorite part of Man of Steel is Clark Kent at home
Yep,
drinking a beer,
yep.
watching Kansas City play football.
I just think
I don't know why I
no,
like that so much.
I can tell you why. It's because for whatever reason, America, we just like watching Ben Affleck just chilling out.
It's not even Ben Affleck. It's I said Clark Kent.
Oh yeah, no, no, it's the same thing. Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, people would see money of them just like hanging out in their living rooms.
Yeah,
like
Batman's just like all moody, and Clark's like, "Come on, Bruce."
no,
it's
like
great.
literally, people want to just like see like Ben Affleck like taking a breather, smoking a cigarette, and like Henry Cavill building a PC. Like that's what people actually want. They don't give a shit what they're in.
Yeah.
They just want to see these guys just like hanging out, doing whatever.
So I guess now we've moved from our topic to the DCU.
No, we're just talking about.
We're
whatever.
just talking.
I
I do have some comments about the DCU, like what I want to see.
guess I never answered like my video game thing.
Oh yeah. Well, no, you did Call of Juarez.
Yeah, Call of Juarez was pretty big disappointment. Oh, I should tell you about the time I had a gamer moment.
Oh god.
I didn't use the gamer words.
Oh
no.
no.
No, nothing like that. So, me and my buddy Derek.
Oh god. God rest his soul.
Yeah. We hung out all the time. We're constantly hungry for shooters.
That sounds right.
There was like one that was like Spec Ops game.
Spec Ops: The Line.
No. Thank God. We both would have been sitting there like bumming cigarettes and just going, Jesus Christ, man. I did.
One of you would have called me,
dude.
and
No,
like, Brian, try this.
I played through that game and I got really frustrated because of the difficulty spike of that. But like,
You would have found a way to get me to play it, just to see.
oh
like, if I would get
no, we
pissed.
are not. I've made a point. We're never playing that.
Oh really?
It's way too like fucking weighty.
Oh god.
And
We've been at this for an hour.
yeah, it's fine. Most podcasts are like an hour and a half.
All right.
No, so our gamer moment was we decided again, we just went to the store and went, this looks cool. We grabbed Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Okay? Vegas. Just knowing that Tom Clancy meant war shooters, and we liked reading some of the Tom Clancy books, right?
You mean the ones that are actually written by him or ghost written?
It doesn't matter.
It's like 90% of his stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, like after Red October,
like the 80s.
After Red October, it was all gravy for him.
Yeah.
So we're playing it, and we're not realizing like, oh, this is a tactical shooter. Like we're thinking it's gonna be like a co-op, and we're gonna just like run it, and so like we're actually planning. We're thinking about stuff. We're like going, okay, where are all the people in this place? Boop, 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 boop. And we just kept getting fucking slaughtered by these guys.
You got bodied.
We got bodied. Like
Foley being thrown off the roof of Hell in a Cell?
No, like that time where that guy almost got killed because everyone kept throwing chairs on him.
Oh, God.
Like
or that time, Booker T got beat up in a grocery store by Steve Austin.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
That's great. Want some milk, Booker?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, man. Like, Austin's just throwing shit at him. It's great. And Booker's just, like, having fun with it. You can tell.
So, like, okay. So, like, we're sitting there, and I get, like, shotgun blasted by some asshole in the kitchen from, like, a million yards away, even though I dumped an entire, like, magazine of shotgun shells
like
into
Tony
him.
Montana.
Yeah, like, I blasted that guy's skull away, and he went, pew, and I was dead. I'm like, I'm body armor. This guy's wearing a leather jacket. Fuck this. So we both stared at each other, and I just ejected the disc out of, like, the 360. We both just kind of held it one half in each hand and just snapped it.
That's true friendship.
Yeah, we're just like,
Friendship ain't about trust.
Yeah.
Friendship is about snapping video game discs.
yeah, and we're like, let's never play a Tom Clancy game again.
Jesus.
Oh.
Not even Splinter Cell?
No, fuck Splinter. I tried Splinter Cell. Fuck that game.
I like the first one.
The controls did not age well.
I liked it when it came out. I haven't played it since. That was like that's how I learned. That and Hitman taught me how to like stealth.
Oh yeah, Hitman's another game where like
Hitman Blood Money.
I could not get past the tutorial
because you didn't know where to throw the fucking coin.
Like I couldn't throw the coin right, and like
you told me this story like 4 times, and I still don't believe you.
And like the game kept getting weird, and like graphically it looked like shit when it shouldn't have, because it was only like 2 years old. But I guess I was used to 360 graphics.
Yeah, you should have gotten a 360 copy. Anything else you want to talk about?
You have some ideas, right?
I mean, I wouldn't mind if we talked about, because we kind of talked about like movies and.
You want to talk about the DCEU now?
A little bit.
Okay, so
a tiny bit. How like I have no remorse.
Let me talk about this for a minute. Okay,
Go for it.
All right. Warner Brothers had some ideas for some movies.
Okay. Yeah, they had some idea.
No,
all right.
back in the day of like the early 2000s, they planned a Batman versus Superman.
They've been trying that since like '89,
and they wanted to do a Justice League thing. Okay,
they almost did it.
Yeah, and they almost did it like in early 2000s.
They almost did it right before Christopher Nolan came on board, so it would have been like 2004.
Yeah, 2004. So like they were like thinking like Tom Cruise and just people like that as characters.
Random picks.
Yeah, random picks. They didn't have a plan. Well,
nobody had a plan at the time.
At the time, they were like, okay, let's just do like another Batman thing and go from there. They were winging it. Pure old school, let's just see what happens.
All right, let's try this kid Chris Nolan and see what happens. You know, he's not a kid, he's a grown-ass man.
Yeah. By the way, we're probably going to go see Oppenheimer.
Yeah, probably.
And the Barbie movie. Oh, that's going to be a fun night.
I have my issues with Christopher Nolan.
Oh, we all do.
I think he's overrated. He's
the
the next James Cameron.
Yeah, no, they're both
I mean, I respect them.
They are over talked about because they appeal to people who think they know movies and don't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even because like their abilities speak to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's.
Well, I have been part of a Christopher Nolan production.
Yes, so have I.
Oh right.
Yeah, everyone has. I play Oppenheimer in the new movie.
I knew it. I was guy number 52 in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes. You were extra number 40,000.
I was somebody. I'm in there somewhere, folks. I don't know where.
I think you were the towel boy for like fucking Roethlisberger.
Hey Ben, how you doing? Hey, why don't you try the Immaculate Reception? You can't pull that off, prick.
All right. So they didn't really have a plan, and they were just kind of winging it. And then Marvel came around and went, "Hey,
with Iron Man,
let's try this." So they made Iron Man,
and they have Nick Fury show up at the end.
Yeah, and they had that scene in the Hulk, by the way, so it is canon. They just cut.
Yeah. They had that scene. Well, they storyboarded it.
No,
right?
they shot it.
Was it Samuel L. Jackson?
No, it was Tony Stark is in a bar and he's.
No, that's the Incredible Hulk, not Hulk 2003.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
The Incredible Hulk.
It wasn't cut. It was in the movie.
Oh, it was? I don't know. I keep getting to like the bottle scene and then turning it off at the beginning.
Because the Incredible Hulk is a whatever movie.
Yeah, but like Edward Norton's fine.
The Hulk in it looked cool. At least he's actually destroying things.
I just know, how do you go from Eric Bana to Mark Ruffalo? I mean...
Edward Norton.
Yeah, but like that's generic white guy to non-generic white guy to...
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, who is... What is Mark Ruffalo?
Who cares? He's great.
Yeah. I think that's everyone's answer. Like, I think he's the type of guy that could play...
He's perfect as Banner.
I think... No, I mean, like... Physically, he's the type of guy who could still get away with playing like an ethnic role if he's not that ethnicity.
He's a white guy.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like a white guy.
He was great in Zodiac.
Yeah. I keep forgetting he was in that with
Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, and a bunch of other guys.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
We gotta do Zodiac one of these days.
Yeah.
That's a movie I keep turning off.
Play hurdy-gurdy man every time the Zodiac shows up.
All
right, so you finish up your thing, I'll go with mine.
Yeah, Marvel was like, let's make a franchise with multiple movies in it.
Because they bought Iron Man, Cap, and a few others off the cheap because nobody wanted them.
Yeah, and then Disney was like, ho, I'm making money.
Yeah, because they bought Disney bomb like right after Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
I think, because they were like, oh shit, that made a lot of money.
And they're like,
the Dark Knight.
And they're like, wait, don't cancel us. Don't put us in the vault. We have a plan. And they went, oh, okay.
Oh, I like money.
And then, so Warner Brothers was like, fuck, let's do that. And let's do it quick. So they pushed out Batman versus Superman.
Not quite. They did Man of Steel first.
Yeah, the Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League.
And then it all went to shit.
Yeah. And then they're like, let's also do a Flash movie. And then it turns out that their Superman was a perfect casting. Their Ben Affleck was great, except they almost
burnt him out.
They burnt Ben Affleck out. They got rid of the guy who played Cyborg because he spoke up about like bad things, and they're like, get rid of his ass. Gal Gadot just can't.
She looks like Wonder Woman, but she can't act.
She can act. It's just this was not like this. She's got a range, and this isn't it.
Yeah, like, Wonder Woman should be like the Kratos of the DC universe.
Yeah, it's she.
And I can't buy Gal Gadot as that.
Yeah, she just doesn't have. She can't get into the mindset right, you know.
I mean,
she tried.
And she did a good job, I thought, for what they wanted her to do,
and she's got to really wrangle that accent because I don't think English is her first language.
It's not. She's Israeli.
Yeah, so it's.
I mean, Wonder Woman can have an accent. Her sounding like a white woman makes no fucking sense when she's supposed to be Greek.
No, that's why the accent works. It's fine.
Yeah, I have no problem with her having an accent.
And then Ezra Miller is a threat to society, and he needs to be put away.
Ezra Miller is based. They are basically the next Charles Manson.
Yeah, like they're like a weird sex cult person.
It is bizarre. I have no idea what's happening.
They need to put.
So here's how I feel about the DCU.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they need to be put away. So like, and then they're like, hey, let's get rid of Henry Cavill as well. Oh wait, no, never mind. Oh wait, he said fuck it. So then they're like, fuck it. We don't know what to do. James Gunn made the only successful Warner Brothers movie in the last 10 years. Let's put him in charge of everything. So he's like,
Peter Safran, who produced Shazam, Aquaman, all the good ones.
Yeah.
And he's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, so they got Peter Safran and James Gunn, the only competent people at Warner Brothers.
Who they literally, apparently, they camped out, they talked for hours about how to make a plan.
Yeah, so now they're going to, make this stuff. And honestly, Warner Brothers as a whole company needs to get their shit together. They are no longer the darling of the 90s that they used to be when they reigned supreme.
Like with Seal.
Yeah.
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rock.
Like, they keep rebooting the stuff that worked in the 90s, and it's good, but it's not the pop culture phenomenons that they were. They don't know
Space Jam.
Space Jam. They rebooted Animaniacs. They rebooted.
Oh yeah, they did.
A couple other stuff. They're rebooting Tiny Toons, except they're fucking that up because Babs and Buster are brother and sister instead of obviously fucking. That of course they were doing now. So that's gonna be creepy because the incest now. So yeah, like they need to get their shit together.
All right.
So what you were saying? You go on your little rant.
So the way they started it, I didn't hate it. I liked Man of Steel for the most part. I think there were certain castings I wasn't crazy about. I'm not gonna lie, I was not initially jazzed about Henry Cavill.
I think the best casting was the fucking ginger guy for the IHOP manager.
Oh yeah, no, that was the most believable casting I've ever seen in a superhero movie.
I was like, yeah, that guy manages an
But
IHOP.
like you
Yeah.
got like Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White.
You know what?
That was great. That was
Yeah.
brilliant. Amy Adams, kind of a forgettable Lois.
I think that wasn't her. That was the writing.
It's not her fault. It's just
like
Lois is just like
no.
there.
It's like they just kept cutting those. It seemed she was giving a performance like she's been there the whole time. I feel like they filmed a bunch of scenes with her and then just cut.
Yeah, because it's literally like he meets her for like 5 minutes.
And then they're
together. Right? Okay.
Yeah, like they've been
so
married
Man
for
of
10
Steel
years.
comes out. I see it.
Mhm.
I think it's a visually gorgeous movie.
Yeah.
The music, phenomenal. I actually did not like the suit at first. I thought when I first saw the image of the suit, which is him kind of like crouched down. And
It was way too.
I was like, this is not.
desaturated.
I hate it. I was like, that is not Superman.
It was damn near black.
It was basically a black suit with a,
Yeah.
and then they were like, wait a minute. There's other pictures of Superman. Just give it a minute. And I was like, oh, okay, it's a Kryptonian suit of armor.
No, it's
Or it was an undersuit
it was
of armor.
Yeah, it was basically like the Kryptonian chainmail,
Which
that you
I
put
am
under the armor.
100% fine with.
Honestly, like some people are like, that's stupid. I'm like,
Where else? Like, okay.
do y'all not watch Dragon Ball?
And did y'all not watch the original Superman movie where
Like-
it's basically the same deal?
It's the blue tights that Vegeta wears. Yeah,
Saying stuff.
saying Under Armour. It's
And
fine.
the suit that like he wears in the comics,
Yeah.
Martha sewed it from the stuff that he was wrapped up in,
Yeah.
and from Krypton. Like it's always from Krypton.
He's wearing a Kryptonian blanket.
Yeah, which is adorable. But anyway, so like that comes out. Everyone's like, all right, what's Man of Steel 2 going to be? I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, well, next up will be Brainiac. Right? They didn't initially have a plan. The only thing that connects Man of Steel to anything was when it's blinking, you miss it. There's a Wayne Enterprises logo on a satellite that he throws at Zod.
No, it's you see the Wayne Enterprise logo on a building that he crashes.
Oh
through.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
yeah.
That might have been like a post.
That might have been. You might be thinking of a scene from BVS.
Yeah, they might have
BVS.
retconned
Anyway,
that.
But I remember going like Wayne Enterprises. But here's the weirder thing: it was the Nolan Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah.
So the big rumor was that they were gonna get the Christian Bale Batman in.
But Bale,
He was like, nah, "I'm not
No,
doing it without Chris."
No. It was they were gonna use the Bale's Batman, and then, well, there was plenty of pictures of him like downtown, obviously drunk in the suit. Christian Bale was dealing with some severe
Stuff.
issues at the time, probably because of the severity of.
Wearing that thing.
Well, yeah, when you're a costume character actor, you can kind of go insane because you're on an extreme regiment of like fitness.
Not to mention the
dieting.
suits. All the bat suits have always been like you can almost never see out of them.
Yeah, you have to like wear these suits all the time. So like these guys go fuck it and they start drinking.
The reason why Michael Keaton never did is because Michael Keaton like is an actor who can adapt.
Yeah,
He's like, oh yeah, no, he used that in the performance. Like, yeah, I can't see or hear out of this thing, but shit, all right, that makes sense.
He used that to fuel the
rage.
I mean, shit. Daniel Radcliffe developed a drinking problem because he was tired of playing Harry Potter.
Yeah. So, all right, they at San Diego Comic-Con 2013. Harry Lennox, who plays the General, who everyone thought was Martian Manhunter for like the longest time before it was officially revealed that he was Martian Manhunter. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's clearly Martian Manhunter."
Like that guy looks like a space alien.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even that. It was just like something about him was like, "It's clearly Martian Manhunter, right?"
So wait, was he in the thing before? Am I stupid? Did I miss that? Because I just remember going.
Well, he's the General in Man of Steel.
Okay.
He's the General Man of Steel, and then in Zack Snyder's Batman vs Superman, he's revealed to be, or Zack Snyder's Justice League or whatever, he's revealed to be Martian Manhunter.
I completely missed that.
I mean, it's like in 2 scenes.
Yeah.
So it's like it's literally okay. He's Martian
I
Manhunter.
mean, I'm only half paying attention to most movies.
I know.
So.
I know, sweetie. You try. God bless you. All right, so I'm gonna try and make this quick. He does the famous quote. I forget exactly how it goes. It's from Dark Knight Returns, and it's how they announce that Batman is coming to the DC, and that's when they officially announced that they're doing a DC universe. Okay, cool. Batman's in it. All right. I would rather Man of Steel 2, but all right, I guess Man of Steel 2 is gonna have Batman in it,
Yeah.
and they're gonna go off to Dark Knight Returns. Okay, who's gonna play Batman? Ben Affleck. Fucking what?
Yeah.
You mean the guy who's from like the Kevin Smith movie? Like no.
No, it's everyone's like
Ben Affleck.
no, they were like Ben Affleck. That's kind of stunt casting, right? Because he's like a name.
Yeah.
And you
Everyone sees him in that suit, and they're like,
that's Ben Affleck in the suit.
and you're like, oh.
Well, no. So the thing is, when you're doing, it worked. So like the reason why they thought it was okay, it's because you got Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, but that was forgivable because Robert Downey Jr. is basically Tony Stark in real life.
Yeah, I mean, he literally had the same trajectory.
Same. He looked like him. He acted like him. Like Robert Downey Jr. said, it was barely acting. Anytime I had to play the billionaire part of it, like I just had to pretend that I had a little bit more.
He came
money.
from like a acting dynasty.
Yeah, no. So like it was very easy for him to slip into the role of Tony Stark because it was basically he playing himself half the time.
Yeah.
So people gave that away. A guy like Ben Affleck is so much of a household name. It was kind of like maybe you shouldn't be putting him in there because like you got Henry Cavill, and before Superman, no one knew
who he was.
Like he was.
You don't remember him from Hellraiser 6? He's in one of the Hellraiser movies.
He's in one of the Hellraiser movies as a little kid. He's
not even a little kid. He's like 20 something.
What?
Look it up. He's in like Hellraiser like 6.
No.
It's like a 20. He's not a little kid.
I figured that they were all made. I forgot. Like they're still making.
They're still making Hellraiser movies, dude.
I remember one guy was like, "Man, there's like 5 Hellraisers." I'm like, "Dude, there's like 10." He goes, "What?"
And most of them weren't even Hellraiser movies. And then
some movies are Hellraiser movies. They just didn't call them it.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this is okay.
Like
what?
what's it? Dark Horizon, that spaceship
Oh,
movie.
that's basically Hellraiser.
No, it was a Hellraiser movie. They just didn't put
Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Like, they put Pinhead in it, but not Hellraiser.
Yeah.
So BVS comes out. It's got these awesome trailers and all that. The casting is great, and then there's rumors of Wonder Woman being in it. And you're like, okay, why is Wonder Woman in this? She's not going to get her own movie. Oh,
she's going
to. Who do you have playing her? The chick from what's the movie? Fast and Furious.
Which I don't remember her being in those.
She's like there in like 6, and that's it.
Oh, she was
in like Fast and Furious 6.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen that.
It's in like one of those sequels.
Yeah.
She's like there, and then that's it.
Yeah, so they're like, who?
Then they reveal a picture of her in the suit, and you're like, I remember people going like, it's all brown, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, there's a filter over the thing. Let's see what it looks like. And then the trailer comes out, and it's like a faded blue and red, like what Wonder Woman wears, and it's like, okay, cool, all right, whatever. BVS comes out at the same time as Civil War.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a very controversial opinion here. Are you ready for this?
I get it that you liked it more because it was more like intense.
Yeah,
but
I understand fundamentally it's not a great movie.
No,
neither of them were.
No, Civil War was okay.
Man, a bunch of people fighting at an airport. They look like cosplayers.
So the reason why
the only thing that's memorable about Civil War is Spider-Man and Black Panther.
So the only thing that people remember is them fighting at the airport. That's like only part of the movie people remember.
Yeah. And it just was like a bunch of cosplayers having a disagreement.
Civil War was supposed to be like 50,000 superhero IPs fighting each other.
And meanwhile, you got like 6.
Because yeah.
You got 6 on 6.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like. And
the only reason why anyone's there is Spider-Man and Black Panther.
Yeah.
Let's be real. The reason why you saw it
Yeah.
was because of
No,
Spider-Man
because I like
and
these
Black
movies.
Panther.
No, I like these movies. I like
I
all
mean,
of
I
them.
like them too.
Yeah.
I don't. I like.
It's escapism.
It's escapism. It's perfectly fine. But I know who I am. I was interested because of Spider-Man and Black Panther.
I just like them. I like all of them. It's the DC ones are too edgy. 5 me.
Suicide Squad, the original, sucked.
You know why I liked it? Because it was just like a bad episode of Power Rangers to me. They basically go through Gotham fighting putty.
It's not even Gotham City. I forget where they were, but yeah, they were fighting putty. No, they
I thought it was like they're just running around Gotham. Fuck.
Gotham, man.
It's just some like
it's just some fucking town somewhere.
It's like Chicago or someplace.
No. It was it Gotham?
I don't know.
Who cares?
I don't care.
It doesn't matter. There's a better movie called Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Just watch that one. That was me.
And then yeah, so like all right, let's go through it. BVS comes out, does well.
That's okay. It does okay.
Man of Steel comes out, does well. Now, well being like
they turn some profit but not a lot.
No, they turn profit, but people don't love them.
Right, they were not critical darlings like the Marvel movies.
But they were fan liked.
I remember a standing ovation at BVS.
Yeah. JLA comes out or Wonder Woman comes out. One of them comes out.
It goes Wonder Woman,
JLA, Wonder Woman,
Justice League,
yeah,
Aquaman.
So, yeah, all of these movies come out, and they're hitting a profit mark, but they're not Marvel like money,
which they
bringers.
should be because you have Batman. You have Superman.
Yeah, the three biggest money makers, comic book wise, are Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man.
Yeah, in no order because that order always changes. But it's usually those
Spider-Man
three.
At number one.
It's like usually Spidey's at 1 now because he's Spidey, and it's like 2 is Batman, and 3 is Superman. Yeah. Not knocking Superman. Superman still makes money.
Yeah.
Hell, he has a very successful TV show, which has I think one of the best Supermans I've ever seen since Reeve.
So like these just aren't hitting the mark or they're flopping. Yeah. Like Birds of Prey was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie. So that movie sucked.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was bad.
I liked it, but it also wasn't very good because it was like 3 scripts cobbled
and for
together.
some reason, the Black Mask is the villain.
And then they had to.
And it's not even really the Black Mask.
So it was It was Harley Quinn, and then
it was called Birds of Prey, and then it was called Harley Quinn, and then it was called like a mix of Birds of Prey and the blah 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 of Harley Quinn.
So the original title was Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
No, that was the updated title. The original title was just Birds of Prey.
Oh, and
then they added that.
Then it became Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And then the official title that they call it is Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, but most people just refer to it as Birds of Prey. It's a good concept. A lot of women like it.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
I don't think Harley Quinn should be an icon of women empowerment because she is a murderer.
Hey, listen. Men like Deadpool. It's Harley Quinn is for men.
Deadpool's not like a role model either.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's some people like to have a villain. All right.
I get it. No, I get it. I get it.
It's the people who idolize Joker that need to be fucking taken out back.
Especially the Jared Leto one.
Yes.
Not that anyone does. I've never met a single person who actually.
Even Jared Leto is like, I don't give a fuck. I will play the shittiest character. I'm getting paid. I don't give a fuck.
Here's the craziest thing is that when Suicide Squad was being filmed, they must have filmed it without his tattoos because there were photos of him in a white suit, like The Dark Knight Returns.
Yep.
Green hair.
Yep.
Red smile.
No, so here's the thing:
he looked just like the Joker.
There were versions of him that had way more tattoos, and then they changed them, and then they should have just been like no tattoos at all.
Or if you're gonna give him like, I'm fine if he has like a scar on his face or something like indicating that he's fought Batman.
If he takes off his shirt and has a bunch of like fucked up prison tats or something, okay.
Which is confusing because it's like the Joker sat still for that.
So the thing is like, this version of the Joker was interesting concept. I know we've had this conversation a million times. Fuck.
He knocked over the Pepsi.
We're good. The Pepsi's good. We've had this conversation a million times.
Like a jillion.
They wanted to make a Joker that was like
the social media gangster.
Yeah, like something that would actually exist, like a crazy sycophant that would have a social media follow.
They failed miserably.
Because like Jared Leto was giving him the performance, and then they cut all the scenes that made him like good.
He's the villain in Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the villain.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like the main antagonist, but I'm sorry, no, CCH Pounder is.
Oh, yeah.
Because
she's not CCH Pounder. It's Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. Who?
CCH Pounder voiced her in the...
That's why I keep getting them confused, damn it.
I mean, CCH Pounder could easily play her in real life today, and I would like not be shocked.
No, Viola Davis has the right body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so I guess the kind of...
So I'm not wrong. I'm just getting them confused.
Yes, you're getting them mixed up.
Okay, so yeah, no, it's CCH Pounder, Viola, what the fuck is her name? Character.
Amanda Waller.
So the reason why Amanda Waller is like the biggest villain, okay, is because she's a horrendous bitch. Yeah. Like the character is like awful and represents the true evil that is America, where like we will fucking nuke other countries for fun just to get our way.
I was gonna say, isn't that basically the plot of James Gunn's Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that we're the fucking capitalist nightmare monster. Like we're like that. If you knew the fucked up shit we did, we're almost as bad as Nazi Germany sometimes.
Anywho,
yeah. All for the sake of peace and what.
So then, Justice League came out, and it was a mess of a movie.
It was a mess. Again, a lot of people liked it. A lot of people did not like it. We've never had a solid yes.
Until Aquaman.
No, even that was the same. And then, of course, the Amber Heard issues, Ezra Miller issues.
Ray Fisher issues.
Yeah.
But yet then, here's the crazy part.
Yeah.
DC on TV starts killing it.
Yeah. So DC's always worked better. Of course,
Doom Patrol and Titans.
Doom Patrol's doing good. Titans is good, but except no one's watching these things, even though they're good. The Batman... The Batwoman show is trying, and it's
gone.
It's terrible, and it's good, and
it's gone.
And it's gone.
The Arrowverse is done.
The Arrowverse is a roller coaster, and
which I feel like they should have early on, adopted the Arrowverse into the fold.
Yeah,
they could have easily pulled it off.
The Arrowverse was a thing that like. It's one of those. It gets that problem that a lot of TV shows do, especially that type of TV show where they start doing things and it goes, "What are you doing? Stop that!"
Yeah, when Ollie started,
like it's like it becomes the Felicity and Friends show.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of her name.
Like you change things in a way that does not work. You change the formula too much, and then you have to try and retcon that back into the like you put too many irons in the fire, and then you end up burning the fucking house down. And then the Flash was the most steady of the shows
until season 3,
and then that starts to go off the wire and crash and burn. Superman show's doing pretty good. Supergirl show, I don't think anyone watched. That's the other thing, is that the ones that are good, no one's watching, and the ones that aren't good,
everyone watched. Unfortunately,
no one is also watching, but it's talked about.
So
more.
Now with the DC, and then Black Adam came out. Oh, Shazam came out. Shazam was pretty good. Shazam
was like the most okay of them.
But here's the reason why: Captain Marvel, that's his name. I don't care what you say, Marvel. He's always had luck with theater. Like, he was the most successful movie serial of the 1940s, was Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
He had a successful TV show. It ran for 3 seasons in the 1970s.
I don't believe you, but okay.
I'm not making this up. He had a TV show in the 70s.
Was it a child and
yes,
romance?
It was a child who says Shazam and becomes, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Look this up. I'm not making this up.
I believe you. I just don't care.
Wow. How dare you? How dare you insult Elvis Presley's icon?
Honestly, the canon, the canon, Avengers movie is better than a lot of these DC movies.
Canon?
No, not canon. Oh, what's his name? The guy that just passed away. Like the 70s, like Captain America.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
he never made a Marvel flick. Did he?
Yeah, it was the Captain America and had Iron Man and stuff in it, and it was good.
What are you talking about?
There was the Captain America movie from, like...
1990, it didn't have Iron Man in it.
I'm thinking of the other...
You're thinking of the Red Brown one.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Red Brown. Yeah.
And he's not in that one either.
No.
Iron Man did not have a live action appearance until 2008.
No, there was an Iron Man
Nope.
before. I'll look it up later.
You're thinking of the Rocketeer.
Yeah, the Rocketeer was something that could be redone. Okay, like give Studio Ghibli like the Rocketeer thing. I want to see that animated. So like they had all these issues. So then James Gunn comes out, makes the Suicide Squad, and he makes the Peacemaker show,
Which are both well liked.
and they're actually liked and people like them. And then they go, all right, fuck it. We have these good actors. Let's see who wants to come back. And then Henry Cavill was like, okay, listen. I'll be Superman. And then James Gunn's like, no, because you're fucking miserable. And we're just going to reboot it.
That and...
Maybe, honestly, he might come back because James Gunn likes to say, no, that guy's dead. And then it's like, oh, surprise, he's here. Fuck you.
So, the big rumor I heard
No.
was, do you know who Henry Cavill's manager is?
No.
The Rock's ex-wife.
Oh.
So the big thing was Rock apparently promised Henry Cavill through his ex-wife, oh, you'll come back because Black Adam's going to do like billions.
Yeah. And then that like tanked bad.
Yeah, and awkward.
Yeah, I mean he did get the cameo at the end of that.
Oh yeah, he has a cameo.
So I think they were going to plan that, and then James Gunn finally sat down and went, you know what?
I'm just going to reboot the whole thing.
We're just going to reboot it. We can't salvage this. Henry, you're my best friend. You'll be fine.
You'll be Lex Luthor. How's that sound?
No, God, no.
Why not?
No. You can't have pretty men be the bad guy. He's too much.
Leto, though, can be the Joker.
Well, he's pretty in a different way.
He's pretty in a hypnotic way.
He's pretty in a pretty way. You want handsome guys like Cavill can't play the bad guy like that. They have to play like other type of bad guy.
Ooh, he would be a good Two-Face, though.
Yeah, I think he's too bulky, but yeah.
I mean, Two-Face can be jacked.
Yeah, but it looks weird. But yeah, he could.
Watch our Telltale Batman playthrough where Harvey was super jacked for no apparent reason.
Yeah, we could get back to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, that'll be during a slow period. We'll go back to that
now.
Yeah. I don't know. There seems to be like a lot of stuff for us to come out, but
yeah. All right. So I guess real quick, do you mind like what I want to see in the DCU?
Yeah, sure.
I want to see colorful costumes.
Yes.
I want to see Batman not wear black anymore.
Well, he never did. It was just muted. So the costume.
Tim Burton's Batman wore black. Christopher Nolan's Batman wore black.
Oh, Batman wear black. Yeah, no, he should wear black. Always.
Not always. He can wear gray.
Yeah, it looks better than black.
I mean, Ben Affleck's Batman wore gray. The Batman wore gray.
Yeah.
It can be fine. It can be done.
Wait, did
Robert Pattinson's Batman's wearing gray?
Nah, it looked black to me, bud, but okay.
No, it's gray. Trust me, homie.
No.
It's a really dark gray, but it's gray. Adam West wore gray.
Adam West.
Don't you talk shit about Adam West in my presence.
That was a different...
It was a different time.
It's fine.
But anyway, I want to see a colorful Superman. I want to see a Superman that smiles. I want to see...
Yeah,
I don't want Christopher Reeve. I don't want that.
So the thing is that Batman should be the Dark Knight. He should be waiting in the shadows in a black suit, waiting to beat the motherfucker that dares flee to the shadows.
What did you do?
And
I stole like $10 from an ATM.
Superman should be that beacon that says, hey, I'm out here in the sunshine. Don't you fucking try it.
I will laser beam you to
I'm
death.
literally a god of goodness.
The greatest scene I've seen
Yeah.
in Superman like media in the past 5 years. You know it. What scene it's gonna be? Oh, it's gonna be from Superman and Lois.
It's the Superman. The first thing where it's goes, "Hey, thanks, my mom made it." Like, yeah.
And, it will not only that. It's the fact that he looks at a child, smiles, looks at him in the eye, and goes, "Here you go, friend." Like that type of Superman, I want to see again.
Superman is not an edgy,
he does
sad
not need to
boy.
Be edgy.
He's literally he understands.
A dork.
Like he's a dork that is so our human bullshit of suffering and light and angst is beneath him because he's no, that shit doesn't affect
that's not
me.
cool.
Like he is winning at life.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, Clark Kent is a perfect man. He's never had a problem getting women. It's finding the right woman. That's the issue. He's never had a problem with money. He can work any job. He doesn't get tired. Life doesn't bring him down. He brings it up.
I mean, there's been times where he's been down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
If you think about it, he one thing that the movies never really addresses, he is alone.
Yeah.
In the universe.
That's the type of sadness that they try. I mean, Snyder tried to do that with Man of Steel, but it didn't go.
Really?
Like, the closet scene where,
Martha's talking to him?
No, he's in the school and he's, freaking the fuck out because of his power. Yeah, sure. That's a good scene.
And Martha has to come in and talk to him.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
Yeah, but, him looking at, a tornado and his dad going, no.
No. And walks into the tornado.
Yeah, no, I'll die instead of you saving these people.
Which Jonathan Kent doesn't need to die.
No, I mean, he can die from a heart attack.
Which is fine, but that's only ever happened in the movies in Smallville.
Yeah, which, you know why it's always a heart attack, though?
Because he can't stop it.
He can't stop that.
You can't stop nature.
Yeah, that's where it's tearful, and because even this perfect being...
Well, yeah, they addressed that in the original Superman movie. It's like, I can't stop everything. Yeah. And his mom goes, no, you can't, but you can at least try to make a difference.
Yeah. There's a scene, I think in, the Man of Steel, where it's so you hear everything, always. You have to learn to tune it out.
Yeah, that's in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I forget what it is.
And, I
think it's Man of Steel.
That's a good thing. He's yeah, there are always people begging for help, but I can't be everywhere at once. He's tried that.
No, that's actually, I think, in Superman and Lois, too.
Yeah.
Because his kids, ask him, you can hear everything. He's like, yeah, you just tune it out after a while, though.
Yeah, because you have to. It's self-preservation at that point. There's this fan comic that, gets me every time where he's going around, he's fighting, Lex Luthor, he's fighting, a bunch of guys. He saves, the world from a meteor. And this is all, like a day. He goes around, he saves 50 million people that day, and then he gets to the supercomputer, and the supercomputer just reads off a bunch of people that died. And he's like, fuck. You know?
Because what can you do?
Yeah.
You there's only one of you until there's Supergirl and Connor. And...
That's why, Superman speaks to me. Because, that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Of having to be perfect. So that's what people don't understand is that oh, Superman's perfect. No, he has to be perfect.
Because there's that perception.
That's the difficulty of writing him. He has to bet 1,000%. Batman only has to stop the bad guy. Superman has to save everyone from even getting hurt.
Yeah. Batman knows he can't stop a meteor.
Yeah. Batman knows he can't stop the gunman.
But he can stop the Joker.
Yeah. He can't stop Joker from putting that bullet in that guy, but he can stop the Joker from putting more bullets in people.
Which at some point, Bruce, just kill the guy.
No, that's the other thing. It's...
I know, it doesn't solve anything. Yeah. It temporarily solves a problem, but it'll just always be another Joker.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, there's a comic that was floating around where it's well, how do I know when it stops? I kill the Joker, and then I kill another guy. When do I stop? He goes, and the personality in him goes,
I've seen that too.
It stops when they're too fucking scared of you to even try it.
Yeah. But Anyway, what I want out of DCU is, for one, a plan.
A
I want
plan.
Superman to be the starting point.
Yeah.
Superman is the first superhero in American comics, the first one that was successful, at least. And I don't know what that was, but okay. I want Superman to have like at least two movies before he meets anybody else. Or if you're gonna have him meet someone, have him meet Martian Manhunter, or something. But I don't know. That's what I want at the moment. I want a Batman that doesn't have to have the Joker in it. Please, Joker's been in like 5 Batman things.
We haven't seen him on. Oh yeah, we have. We saw him in
The Batman.
Yeah, okay, but like, you can have the Bat. I think the reason why the Joker works is because he's at this level of villainy and chaos that just works on a thematic level. Whereas like, the Black Mask is great villain for like a villain of the
Harvey
week.
can carry his own movie.
Yeah. Okay, so like, the Batman with Pattinson, it's at a level where like the Riddler was actually a problem. Falcone, right? Or is it?
It's Falcone.
It was Falcone was
A problem.
the problem. Yeah.
The Penguin's going to be another problem.
The Penguin, Sionis, those guys can be seen as a problem. Whereas like Ben Affleck type of level of Batman, like even
just bodies everybody.
like Nolan, the fuck is Black Mask? He's gonna break in, snap his neck, and walk away.
Well, Nolan's Batman didn't kill, except for the 8 times he did.
Well, yeah, but still, like he literally the first guy he takes down is Falcone in the first movie, showing like that was a nothing problem to him. The real problem are the guys that like actually are like super villains.
Yeah, like the Joker.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that's what I want at the moment. I think we've talked long enough. What about you?
I mean, like, I'm just gonna say this. Don't be afraid to talk about how Batman's not allowed to go down on women and Superman doesn't masturbate.
Oh my god.
Go there, you fucking cowards.
Just do it.
Fucking bring it up.
Bring it up.
No,
Make an R-rated
I bring this up because like it was brought up again with another conversation.
Oh god.
Where someone's like, "Oh yeah, Batman doesn't jerk off." It's like that explains a lot.
Yeah.
It's like
I release me.
No. I think
Let's not leave the audience with that.
Superman should have color. The Batman should be a little bit more
closer to BTOS.
Yeah, BTOS. Or like, yeah, so like the Pattinson one is great. It should continue doing like the trilogy that they're doing there. Mm-hmm. That's fine. But that can be separate. This DCEU Batman should be on the level of BTOS, where it's like, yeah, he can hit and move like
a Phantom.
Like Pattinson's. But he's smarter and more of like Pattinson's kind of like, it's the year 2.
Yeah, it's like year 1, year 2 Batman.
So it's fine that he's a shitty detective. And he has to like actually learn to get good at it.
Basically, Riddler the whole time's like, get good, son.
Yeah, and like this one should be the world's greatest detective, world's greatest crime fighter. And like Superman should be his powerhouse of a friend that like, okay, well, I can't fight a god, but he can.
Can't fight you, but I got him.
Yeah.
Who's him?
I'll get the clown with the nuke, and you can get
Baldy McGiggles over there. Lex is like, you really got to bring up I'm bald? Yes. Yeah. Every time.
Oh, I know a movie that I couldn't stand. Superman Returns. I forgot all about Superman Returns. I saw the opening thing where he pulls off the wig and he shows that he's bald, and I went, and done.
That's where you turn it off?
Yes, I turned it off right there at the beginning. I was like, all right, you're gonna start off.
That's how you. That's where you drew the line, not the fact that Superman is a deadbeat father.
I don't. Oh, that's fine. That makes sense.
What?
He doesn't. He was an adopted kid.
No, it's Superman's son.
No, Superman was an adopted child. He doesn't have a very strong father figure in life. He doesn't know how to be a dad. No, I like Superman being a shitty dad sometimes. That works. Like with that Teen Titans Justice League thing, where Bruce is like, dude, you have to take care of this clone of you. He's like, no. It's like, yes.
No, Bruce, I can literally yeet you into the sun.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, him being, like, a great dad to his biological kids is fine, but sometimes, like, nah, he can be a shitty dad sometimes. Superman does need flaws.
Yeah, he needs something.
That's why I like Smallville, where, like, he was like, well, I don't want to hurt anyone with my powers, but let me fucking play football and be like, you know?
No,
It's
Clark.
like, no, dude, you can fucking move these people like paper mache by accident.
No is the answer.
Also,
I was on Dukes of Hazzard.
It's also not fair because you were literally a steel wall.
You were literally the 1972 Pittsburgh Steelers,
Like,
as one person.
It's like they're made of flesh, and you're like literally a brick house.
He's literally the entire lineup of the mid-70s Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, like
as one person.
Like
on
you
the
can't. Like it's like going hunting with a fucking nuke. Yeah, you're gonna hit
it's
it.
like going hunting with a, yeah, like you said, nuke.
Yeah, it's like not fair. It's
you'll hit it.
Yeah.
You'll destroy it, but you'll hit it.
Yeah. It's
All
like
right.
because it's not fair. It's like no one's gonna fucking be able to like beat you on the field. Like you don't even need a team.
You are the team.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think we're good for now.
Superman Returns is where you drew the fucking line of his fucking hair being pulled off. That's so stupid.
Because like that was how you open a movie. So I'm like, okay.
This is a sequel to Superman.
Yeah. So I'm like,
this is another conversation for another time.
No. Because I was expecting it to be way more grounded because like the bullet in the eye thing and all that. So I was expecting it to be kind of comic-y but grounded. And then like it's a fucking Hanna-Barbera cartoon at the very beginning. I'm like, you know what? If you're not going to take yourself seriously, I'm out.
Where is that from?
What?
If you're not taking this seriously, then I'm out.
From
something.
Everything. I don't know.
All right.
We're
getting tired.
Let's go watch a movie.
All right. We'll watch something.
Yeah.
Well, I'll pick the movie.
All right. See you guys next time.